here. We have amazing, amazing people today.
100%.
100%. How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's a sunny day in LA.
Yeah.
Per the usual. We're live in Studio Place.
Yes.
Another good day. I had like a reaction to just being in the entertainment industry today, this morning.
Really? What
was
happened?
a good one. It was a good one.
Tell me about it. Or tell them about it.
Okay. Short story. I was watching Entourage last night.
Okay.
Shout out to Mr. Doug Ellen.
Yeah. Shout out to Doug.
Amazing creation. But I've watched the show a couple times and I never noticed, I always notice something new in this shallow show that everyone calls it.
Who's calling it shallow?
Well, I mean, you know, it does
have a bad rep sometimes.
It has a bad rep sometimes in today's world. Okay, so Vince thought he had Aquaman.
Who is Vince?
Vince is the lead of the Entourage series, and he's a star in that make-believe world.
Okay.
And he thinks he's Aquaman.
All right.
His best friend knows that he does not have the role.
Oh no!
Right?
Is his best friend the redhead
Eric,
dude?
the redhead, yeah.
Yeah.
He knows he doesn't have the role at all.
Yeah.
But he's walking around as if he is this star, star that's going to be. He's going to be a star someday.
Okay.
And then he's looping this indie he did. And he does it so well because he thinks he's going to be Aquaman. And the director's like, that's why you're a movie star. And he's just like, they're making this crazy movie together. And it's all out of belief that it's not even true. And I found that so endearing because it's all about belief.
Yes, it's all about
belief. It has
belief.
Nothing to do with like what people validate for you.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know he's not Aquaman, but he's carrying this belief and it's propelling him to be Aquaman. And he ends up getting the movie.
That's awesome.
I just thought that was a beautiful story, and so anyway, I was thinking about my own life and how it really does just take belief, and how I landed here out of pure happiness and trust and belief, and gratitude.
Gratitude. Yeah, you have to have belief in yourself and those that are around you. Well, you don't have to, but it's good. It's good to have belief in yourself and those around you.
We got the chat.
Yeah, we got the chat. Connect with us.
Love the demographic of the aspiring artists in this town. We are in LA. I'd love to hear from you guys. How you feeling?
Yeah, how you doing? I want to take like a major talk show host quote and intertwine it into our daily talk shows.
What's that?
So you know who would say, "How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?"
Do you know who said that?
How you doing? That's Joey from Friends.
Well, yeah, that's Joey from Friends, but talk show host.
A talk show host says how you doing?
Anyone from our studio audience know who that is? Anyone? No? How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? No one? Really?
Who is
Wendy
that?
Williams.
Really?
Wendy Williams every day would go in, she would say, "How you doing?"
Really?
Yeah, how you doing?
Huh.
Yeah,
Never
and then
watched
the whole
an
studio
episode.
audience would go, "How you doing?"
Really?
You know, I used to grow up watching talk show hosts, but I'd only skip to the hot topics.
Okay.
I wouldn't really watch the intros. I just really wanted to get into it.
Who's your favorite talk show host?
My favorite talk show host. Oof, that's tough.
Is it?
My favorite?
Easy.
They're all. Who's your favorite?
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, well, everyone has
question.
I mean, I love Oprah for many reasons. Obviously, I love Drew Barrymore. She's doing a really good job. I like Kelly Clarkson. She's doing a really great job. I think I really like. You know what I can find appreciation for every single talk show host that has been on the air.
Yeah, for sure.
The only person I wasn't feeling at the time was David Letterman.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like my top 3.
I know, but I wasn't feeling him because he did a lot of self-deprecating jokes, and I wasn't a fan of that.
Oh, okay.
I really.
He's a humble guy, though.
No. I really like him,
Yeah.
but he took out. I don't know. That was just my thing.
We're all entitled to our own opinions, right?
We are totally entitled to our own opinions. Who is your favorite talk show host?
Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, if you just said that.
No worries. No, and I love him because he's always so happy, which is the opposite of Letterman, who's probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
And then this is an unpopular opinion for my third.
Who's your
Ellen.
third? Ellen?
Everyone talks about how she's she got this bad rap apparently around the town that she's mean outside of the show.
She did.
But I have to give it up because they were my first commercial.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me that story.
Yeah,
Listen,
they hired
I think
me.
anyone who's on the air for over 20 years, or 17, 19
They're doing something
seasons,
right. Come on.
Doing something right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And she was awesome at what she did. It's one of those things where you have to separate you don't have to, but separate the man from the job, the woman from the job, woman from the art, the man from the art, because I can still appreciate Michael Jackson, despite of what has come out about him, and the art that he put out, and the music that he put out.
Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, same thing.
Yeah, all that stuff. We're only human, and we're all doing the very best that we can. That is not giving space for abuse or mistreatment to anyone.
I think it was Maniscalco. Sebastian Maniscalco, who was talking about like how people are like coming after Tiger Woods for like the infidelity.
Oh, right.
And they're like, you don't have 6 foot Norwegian models just hitting on the guy at Bed Bath & Beyond. You know, hitting at the guy working at Bed Bath & Beyond. Like, and he did like, he's like, this is all yours if you show me where the towels are.
Wow. I mean, listen, look. Like,
we deal with different struggles.
We do. We all do.
It's hard to judge people.
Would you have a hard time with that, Kyle?
It's hard to judge people.
I guess you would have a hard time with that.
But why is it only men?
I'm not saying it's only men.
Like, why are you exempt?
I'm not exempt. I didn't say I was exempt.
Would you struggle?
If I had like 6 Norwegian models, dudes?
Yeah.
No, because I'm emotionally charged.
So
I have to be emotionally like in tuned with the person to want to like go there with them.
Yeah, okay.
I don't.
What if you have more people trying to be emotionally charged with you?
Not trying. We talked about this the other day with Natalie Sadie. It's just naturally I have this energetic connection. And if I don't have that, then it's not happening.
Women are much better at dealing with like a horde of people hitting on them, because that probably happens to women a lot more often. Like men, not so much.
Oh, really?
Like once you become like...
What are you talking about? You have people come in the studio all the time that hit on you.
I'm speaking for all men, not me.
Okay.
Not just me. I mean, I'm already in the entertainment industry, so it kind of like propels itself already. I'm used to it. But like a normal guy, you know, from Kentucky, working at the, you know,
normal guy from Kentucky?
You know, managing a restaurant. All of a sudden, some agent happens to walk in, hires him, he goes on a movie, now everyone knows who he is. It's a different life.
It is a different life.
It's hard to deal with.
You know, but I do think you can if you want to. You can deal with it, and I don't think blaming models or any kind of distractions. It always ends and stems with you. I want to get into.
Mark Wahlberg does great with he's like one of the most, he's a superstar.
Right.
And he's a movie superstar.
Yeah. And he has a beautiful family.
Beautiful wife. Never cheated, so far as I know. But like, you know, they look happy.
Yeah, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I think it's up to you and how you want to live your life. Can we get into the Pamela Anderson documentary? I watched it last night.
It's good.
It was fascinating.
Really?
Absolutely fascinating. She is so adorable in so many ways. I just loved it. Did you see it? It was so good. You should absolutely watch it. It's on Netflix. It is a must see. She talked about how it all happened for her.
What'd you learn?
I learned you just never know why you are where you are doing what you're doing.
Think about that. I hear she was in debt most of the time.
Really?
Like I don't want to give anything away, but what I'm trying to say, what I took away from it was her, like how she was just portrayed in media. Because and she's such a sweet girl. Mm-hmm. She's so sweet. Like
how successful was she in terms of being a personality? Would you say
successful as a she talked about this is so. Let me tell you. Like she talked about like she struggled because she wanted to be she is a famous actress, but she struggled with the want to be a well-known, taken serious actress, and because she had breast implants, that was what she was known for. And then she said after a while you become this like almost like a cartoon version of yourself. And she said she kind of had to go with that because that was what was paying the bills for her, which is kind of really, I mean, it's really sad, but like what I found very fascinating is that she went to a game with her friends in 1989 that she did not want to go to, and she was wearing a t-shirt, and they had her on the Jumbotron, and next thing you know, she's down on the 50-yard line. She was like pulling a raffle, and then the stadium asked her to do a bunch of commercials, and then from those commercials, she gets a phone call from Playboy.
Okay.
To be the centerfold, I think it was 1980 or 1990 centerfold.
Okay.
Just from that game that she did not want to go to with her friends.
Wow.
Right? And like she wasn't sure about doing Playboy. She talked to her mom about it. I know like if I were ever given that opportunity, I would be a little uneasy about it, and I would reach out to my mom, and her mom said, go for it. Just go for it. I mean, I don't think I would be in Playboy, but like.
This is in the 90s, mind you.
Right. She's like, just go for it. And when she went for it, she got a letter. She got like a letter from Hugh Hefner, and like she was about to get on a plane, and then the woman was like, oh, but you're from Canada, you can't work in America.
It's true.
And so because she was like telling them what she was doing in America, and she's like, I just got invited to work at the Playboy, and she's like, you can't do that. And so she had to go to another airline and pretend she was somebody else.
Are you serious?
And that same woman was working at the different counter.
You're kidding.
No, it was really funny. But so she ended up doing Playboy, and she said she had never felt more free in her entire life. She was able to put on.
Working for Playboy, getting paid. Who doesn't feel free?
No. But she was able to put on a different mask. Like because she grew up with abuse. She grew up with struggle and all this stuff. So when she was doing Playboy, she felt free.
She grew up with abuse?
Yeah, she grew up with abuse.
From who? Her dad?
A babysitter.
Really?
Yeah. It's intense. It's intense. But you know what I took away from that is that she just like she would write. She's such a family. This was so beautiful to me. She's such a family girl. Like, she talked about wanting to start a family, and she always wanted love, and she always wanted real love.
Does she have kids?
She has 2 boys,
Okay.
with Tommy Lee.
Cool.
She married him only after knowing him for 4 days.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy Sebastian from Captain America played Tommy Lee?
Oh, she talked about that. Not in the documentary.
It got bad reviews. I loved it.
You saw that?
I saw clips.
It was Hulu, right?
It was Hulu. I saw clips of Sebastian playing Tommy Lee, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's pretty good to me.
Well, what's her name who played Cinderella played Pam Anderson.
Right.
What's her Lily something.
I want to say Lily James.
Lily James, you got it.
Did I get it right?
Knuckles,
Nice.
you're really good. That was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on Hulu. That was actually produced by
Seth
Margot
Rogen.
Robbie's team.
Oh, I thought it was Seth Rogen's team. Okay.
I think he's in it. He might have
He's
produced
in
it
it,
too.
isn't he? Okay.
Might have produced it too. I actually
Okay.
want to watch that now after seeing the Pam Anderson Netflix documentary, which is so good. And her kids, just learning about her. She's such a family girl. She lives with her mom.
You would never know.
Like I know you because the media portrayed her in such a way where she was like this bad girl, but she wasn't. Like, just hearing her story, she played into the parts that were like given to her.
Right.
She was on talk show after talk show after talk show about her. They would ask her about her boobs, straight up, because she was open and honest. She was Larry King interviewed her, and he was like, so have you ever had surgery? And she's like, yeah. She was open and honest because she's like, that's what, like, she's like, all the other girls at Playboy were doing it. I just said, sign me up, and then people started, like, that's how she became, as you know, like, became known. And then Playboy. Get this, that's how she got Baywatch. They just saw her in Playboy. The producers at Baywatch asked her to come in. They made the role for her.
Stadium,
CJ,
commercials, Playboy, Baywatch.
there was no
superstar.
No downtime. She was
Icon.
But she talked about how she dyes her own hair. She does her own blonde. Like her mom taught her how to do the blonde. Like it just to me was like really fun to watch, knowing like even like she would read from her journals, and it's just like how she found love, and she thought she found true love with Tommy, and she felt like she really did find true love with him.
Are they still together?
No, he's now remarried to a girl named Brittany Furlan. He's
married to Brittany Furlan?
You know her, the Vine star?
Why do I know that name?
She's a Vine star.
Okay.
Or was a Vine star.
Okay.
Yeah. She's a little quirky, a little out there.
For some reason I feel like I know that person.
She's funny. I don't know her, but I walked away from this documentary really having so much appreciation for Pamela Anderson and the stuff that she went through. Like, I don't think that anyone should be asked about their body, or you know what I mean? Like, especially women. You want to be asked about your body?
But that's what's selling.
Yeah, but
that's how she's making her money.
No, but that was never her intention.
She can walk away.
I mean,
it's not a jail.
She was on a talk show.
It's not Auschwitz, what?
She was on a talk show, and
Playboy was the first thing she did, was it?
Playboy was the first thing she did, but she.
Which is why you
But I mean, I don't think like there are a lot of women that have done Playboy and they haven't been like asked for. A lot of women that have done Playboy, I can give you like a list. Like
what's the number
centerfolds? Yeah, but like I don't think
Who's the most successful centerfold that became anybody?
What's the criteria to get into Playboy? Your body, yes?
Good enough. But anyway.
Sure, but I think the thing is like after, like just because you're in Playboy doesn't mean that's like what you do forever.
I don't think it's a forever thing. I think, but like it's gonna. I mean, if you're working for Playboy, you're gonna get asked about your body. I think that's like just.
I'm sure there are many guys
standard.
that did like naked photos and like they weren't asked about their body.
I don't know about that.
I'd like to look into it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. How about that?
What do you think they talk about?
Well, I think
guys from Playboy.
Listen, I'm just
their
saying.
hopes and dreams.
I just think that I think it's just a double standard. Like no man like is coming on and they're talking about his body the whole interview. It just showed 90s interviews about her body.
It's not stigmatic. I don't think there's a taboo. I don't think there's a problem talking about a body.
No, but like I think if you look at all the interviews, like I'm talking like Matt Lauer, he was sitting across Matt Lauer. He's sitting across from her and he goes, never had I ever like got the opportunity to talk about your breasts. It's like, what? Like,
it's a little
come
forward,
on.
but
She
at the
did
same time,
first centerfold in '89.
but like, why is she there?
She was an actress. At this point, she was working on Baywatch. I'm sorry. I think there's
anytime
a different...
okay, she did Playboy. And then Baywatch, which is literally just... I don't think I know one criteria about Baywatch besides people running down the beach.
I mean, sure, but like the thing is like there's...
It's a great show. I mean, we watched the credits and then we tune off.
It was the number one show.
I literally turned the show off after the credits.
It was the number one show in the entire...
It's a good show.
Great show.
Anyway, what... all right. Well, what I'm trying to say is that there's a different way of like interviewing a woman than there is a man, and like especially during the '90s, that was they just showed interview after interview after interview, and it could have been just like, do you mind us talking about it was just all about her body, and she's like, can we talk about something else? She would say it over and over and over. Can we talk about something else?
My question.
That is annoying to me.
If a race car driver comes on, I'm gonna talk to him about racing.
But she's not. Okay.
What she was.
But she's not. She's an actress.
Her aesthetic.
But she moved on from Playboy, and she was acting now.
Okay.
I just think. I mean, I would love to know like what. I mean, Andy's giving me faces. I would just love to know what other people think about this. Like, I think she was given a stereotype, and she played into it because it was paying the bills. But that's when she had the opportunity to say what she really wanted to say. People just wanted to keep going in the direction of her boobs, and that to me is annoying and frustrating on so many levels.
Why?
Because I got to know more of her as a person, and this documentary, like, really, like, I don't know, it touched. For me, I've said this multiple times. I think like women have always like they get sometimes the short end of the deal because it's like a lot about their appearance and not so much.
So what about the money part?
What about the money part?
She made a ton of money off her appearance, and now we're upset. We're asking about her appearance.
She wasn't. She doesn't. She was successful to an extent, but she didn't. She ultimately didn't get what she wanted.
What does she want?
What's that?
Because I just heard that I didn't hear that.
Money-wise, she's not that successful. I mean, she's living at home with her mom and the home that she grew up in. Like, I think what bothers me the most is that like
She never had a good contract, huh?
I don't know. For me, like, I've always struggled with body and body issues, and so like when I hear a woman like saying like that she was identified solely as that, like, it bothers me because we're more than our bodies.
I understand.
Whether you do Playboy or not, you're more than your body. This is becoming The View, and I'm heated.
If there's just
right?
like a universal
it's
law, it's almost like if you do a job, expect to be asked about that job.
About your boobs?
If you do Playboy, expect to be asked about your boobs. Yeah.
No, I think that's no.
100%. What is Playboy?
Okay, hold on. If I model for a lingerie company, am I going to be only asked
Playboy
about
wasn't
lingerie?
necessarily like, I wouldn't just like leave it in the lingerie category.
No, but I'm asking you this because that's an opportunity. So like I can't take that because that's what I'm going to be identified as.
Again, it's not comparable to Pamela Anderson because it's not.
No, it's not.
Playboy.
But it's saying that like
it's not Playboy.
No, but
Playboy's Playboy. Soft porn.
It's okay, but like being naked, like if we look at Europe and all these other countries, they celebrate nudity. Why are we saying just because it wasn't like she was doing porn?
If you do Playboy, which is a physically aesthetic like medium,
but that's not.
We're going to ask the question.
Yes, but they're not. You're not asking about Playboy. You're asking about her boobs.
To act victimized over something that you perpetuated yourself.
She's not saying victim. She's not.
It sounds like.
She's not.
She's acting like she's victimized.
Watch the documentary. I'd love to know your opinion, Andy. I'd love to know your opinion.
I'm not gonna watch the doc.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that's short-sighted. What do you mean you're not gonna watch the documentary?
Why is it short-sighted? I got other stuff to do.
I mean, like, okay. Yeah, watch it. I mean, like, I would love to continue the conversation.
The Hulu one was really good. The Hulu one's great. I saw bits and pieces, but Sebastian, I watched it solely to see how Sebastian did because he was getting so dragged on a lot of different mediums. So I want to see his performance. I thought his performance was great.
I just think, again, as a woman and somebody who is in the entertainment industry, I'm not posing for Playboy. Just because you do it a couple times doesn't mean that's who you are for the rest of your life.
If I asked Nancy Pelosi about her chest, that's a different story. But Pamela Anderson, who did Playboy,
I think it's inappropriate.
As an actress, I mean, it's hard to be more successful than she is.
She is.
Recognition.
Yeah.
And I just want to know where the money is.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot.
Yeah, like what happened to these contracts? That's where I'm at too, right?
That's the game you're playing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying the game is so hard.
Yeah.
As it is that you're that level of famous.
Yeah. Well, again, she's. She's not acting. She's getting paid for the physical aesthetic
She
process.
was acting. She acted for like years on Playboy.
On Playboy?
No, I'm sorry, Playboy.
On Baywatch.
On Baywatch. Yes.
Opportunities for her to do stuff.
Plenty.
Yeah, sure, for sure. But did she do them? Did she take all the opportunities?
Tried,
I mean, she did. I think she did one movie called Barbed Wire.
She is.
And that was it.
And it was, you know what? I would love for you to just read about the documentary. You don't have to watch it, but it's fascinating to learn about like her struggles because she really truly wanted to be the best actress, and it like she just said. Yeah. We have three more minutes on this. I'm as you can tell, I'm heated by this because I do think, unfortunately, you shouldn't be going on a TV talk show and like being asked about your anatomy. I just thought, call me crazy.
Playboy, if you're on Playboy, I think it's fair game.
I don't think it's fair game. You think if your daughter
goes on Playboy?
If your daughter,
that's what I would tell her not to because of I would expect
has autonomy though.
I would expect that to happen if she does Playboy. Like, do you want people to refer to you as a physical, aesthetically pleasing thing before anything else for the rest of your life? Because that's what's going to happen if you do Playboy. If you do anything like that.
Kim Kardashian did Playboy.
And what do people talk about?
Well, now we're talking about her going to law school. We're talking.
But look how long it took for her to overcome that.
Correct. 20 years. And she worked way harder than Pamela Anderson. I got to give it to Kim. She works like literally 20 times harder than
I was gonna say, I don't know that
you can't.
The difference, like we're more aware of what she's done because of social media.
Right.
So we don't.
Right. We're more aware. We're in a different time.
I would have thought I would have seen Pam in more things if she was trying to do more things.
You also were like
she was
10.
running around with Tommy.
You were also 10 years old when this happened.
I can look back on it.
She wasn't just running around with Tommy. I think it just if you want, check out the documentary.
Is Pam trying to be a lawyer?
Just check out the documentary. I think what I took away from it is one woman trying to really hard to do one thing, and the world saw her differently, and it's very hard to change perceptions of who you are when the whole world believes you to be one way. And that to me, I think, was a hard thing to like digest because women, men, whatever your background is, we are so multifaceted. We can do whatever we can do, and I'm so hung up on this because women and men are viewed differently, and especially during look. No, I'm not saying like cry for her. I'm just saying it was fascinating to learn more about her and what she wanted and how she's a family girl, and I actually really connected with her.
Cool.
I really connected with her.
Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm very, very passionate about this subject. I would love to interview her.
I just have no sympathy. I wish I did.
You don't have to have sympathy for her. That's not what that's about. Marissa Gold is coming back to the show. We'd love to talk to her about this and all the awesome things that she's up to. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
I'll see it.
So here is our Jackery. Unbox it. You want to get it charged up. You use this fantastic charger over here. This is the output over there, and it has an extra cable like this with the ability to charge it in your car. So that is really cool. So we have it all charged up.
Oh, he's coming?
It has here.
Awesome, that's great.
You can press on the display. You can see now that it is not drawing any power, it is not bringing in any power, and it is 99% charged, which is cool. So as you want to use all your separate things, you can turn on the little lights, and it will show you, as you can see there, that now you can draw power out of them, or you can turn them off, just like you would at home. If you want to leave something plugged in, but not having it draw power, there you can turn it off. So let's have some fun and see what our Jackery can fire up. So in the past, we have used the Jackery to light up our lives with Govee. We have charged our cell phones, and we have done a few other things. But we've even lit up the Aero Garden. How amazing is that we were able to light up the Aero Garden? But today we're going to push the Jackery to the limit, and we are going to take a look at this works. This works. That car vacuum.
I'd love to know more
awesome.
about that.
Very cool. And we can even take a look at how Tammy used it. And
Testing 1, 2.
how amazing
Testing 1,
is
2.
this? Oh my goodness. You can just keep
A,
on
B,
going
C,
and
D,
going and
E,
going. You
F,
can
G,
get into
about to
every
go
little
live on
nook and cranny
Good Day Live
in your
with
car
Kyle
with
and
all of
Michelle.
this. How awesome. So,
What?
this is what we're going to do. We're going to stick it into our jackery.
Okay.
Is that the first thing we're
This
talking
way so you
about?
guys can see what I'm doing. Turn it on. The little light and the display have gone on because we are about to fire this up.
When you have a chance, can you just get me a
Okay, got it.
paper towel or tissue or something? Yeah. I don't need it. It's fine. I don't need it yet.
Thank you, Mr. Jackery. There we go.
A,
That
B,
is
C,
cool.
D, E, F,
So,
G, going live with
let's
Kyle
see
and
what
Michelle.
else
Is
we
my
can
audio
fire up
working
today? I mean, that you
Keep
can.
going?
I mean,
It's just okay. So we're just
cool. You
gonna
see?
recite the ABCs.
Powerful vacuum.
Thank
Jackery
you.
fired
A
it
B
up.
C D E F G. We could do it. Should I do it in a different
Things
language? Would that make it more
that we
interesting?
Yeah,
can,
Which language?
I could sing it in Hebrew for you
Oh,
or
do it.
Spanish. I could do either.
Yeah,
Hebrew.
So,
Aleph, bet, vet, Aleph, bet, vet, Gimel, Dalet, hey, Gimel, Dalet, hey.
This is
Wait, what is happening? Vav, Zayin,
enjoying
Chet,
our
She
Yud,
Jewish?
Kaf,
I
Haf.
think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yud,
I didn't know
Yud,
that.
Kaf. Lam
It's
and
not something
Men.
that you
Her
would
son goes to the
generally
same school that my
plug
kids
into
went
this
to.
little
Oh, that's so cool.
Lam and
Is it a
Men.
Jewish school?
Yep, it is.
Amazing. If this works,
you
know how incredible this must be. So, not only with the jackery, when you are
my dad,
camping
you don't need
or
me to do it anymore.
exploring the world and you are
I always was like, I want to be
the
Jewish.
jackery can also be your backup power
Just because
source
of the
unified.
tradition. Yeah.
a disaster.
He's married.
He's married.
You know, disaster preparedness.
Okay.
A jackery is definitely
I'll
something you
keep
should
that
want to have
I'll
in your
keep that in
home.
mind.
And
What does it being married have to do with anything? I'm
God
questioning.
forbid there is
Huh?
something and
He said he was married.
He's married.
is not pure
Got married in
and now you're
2019
stuck
to
in
a
your
woman
home,
named
you've got
Jaredin.
no power, you can't put your air
She likes to
purifiers on.
Jaredin, Jerry,
If there's a
Jaredin.
huge amount of dust in the air, or if there's a big
Her friends call her Jerry.
you know, like we are in
His
friends call him
California,
Ash.
it could be
Did you meet
a
him
huge
last night?
earthquake, will bring up a lot of dust. You obviously want to still keep your lungs.
I did not, but I do a
protected.
shit ton of research.
Let's see if the jackery not only will give us power, but will also save lives. So,
Lev.
plug it in over here. We'll turn it on,
Oh, fun.
Expect that joke to come.
and you can see. Let's actually put this up a little bit because you'll be able to see.
Imagine the house is on there. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
It's what?
Try and see.
Trying to find his house.
Amazing! Oh god, that is so funny.
Okay, there we go. So the
I need to have a
light is
conversation
on.
about that at some point with you, Andy, or Natasha, both of you, about how I register
Did you
real
see
estate
that?
in a different name.
Okay. Turn it on. Turn on the
Figure that
light.
out because I need to clean up my footprint a little bit.
There we go. That is it. So we have our the void.
No, I've got
is
people contacting me.
powered up.
What?
You can see the lights are on over there. And this is thanks to our jackery. How incredibly powerful is
I don't want to give too much away.
What?
Well,
I saw the lavender
yeah.
piece of leaf. That freaked me out.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a bug or something.
amazing. These are the cool things that we can do.
Did you see my? I'm going to be recording on my date.
Oh my
Like a body cam?
Yep.
That this
I spoke to a lawyer.
little thing.
If you blur, if you don't list their, I have a burner phone. I need you to set up an email. It's gonna be so fun.
Welcome back to Good Day Live. You just tuning in for I'm just stumbling.
Just tuning in, we have a live chat. We are live. It's February 2nd on Thursday, and we have our lovely guest, Marissa Gold, for the 19,000th time.
I'm gonna hold the record. I'm determined.
That's good. That's good.
I believe it.
Yeah. Proud of you. So, should we just pick up where we left off?
I got jumbled because I'm so heated and passionate about this topic.
Yeah. I'm not, which is why I was able to help you
No,
out.
I think actually you are heated about it as well. I mean, you definitely have an opinion about it. That's
Yeah, for
clear.
sure.
Yeah.
He just
I don't know about
could
heated.
care less.
I'm kind of indifferent to her being upset about it, but I can
About me being
understand
upset about
why
it?
someone should be indifferent to what happened to Pamela regarding her questions being asked.
I mean, did you watch the documentary?
I haven't watched the documentary yet, no. But it's actually funny that you watched it because I've had 3 people this week tell me I should watch it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Yeah,
It's
I will.
fascinating. It's really good.
I will.
It's really good to
Yeah.
watch. really, really good to watch. I was so
Yeah.
heated. Again, like as a woman in entertainment, I think it's all about physicality. Yes, you're in front of a camera. However, I think, we all have goals and dreams and aspirations, and learning that she was a family girl and like, yeah, she got her boobs done. Big whoop. She was on Baywatch. Big deal.
Playboy.
She did Playboy. Big deal. Like, I think like we make, it does not give you leeway to talk about somebody's anatomy on a talk show. It doesn't. It doesn't say, let's talk about your boobs. To me, I think it's tacky. I think it's ridiculous.
It's definitely tacky, but it's expected. I'm like expecting this tackiness from a man in the 90s to ask that question because she's got there.
White man in the 90s?
Yeah, white man in the 90s.
Yeah. She got there because of those.
It wasn't because of her boobs.
Playboy?
Yeah, she didn't have implants when she was in Playboy the first time.
The first time, but then she did the second time.
She was still a blonde
Right.
bombshell with the body, and she opted to be in it. I have to say, I know you haven't posed the question to me, but I kind of agree with Kyle on this one.
That's fair.
I think that now I haven't seen this, and I didn't see the interview that you're talking about.
I would wait to see it before you give.
Well, no, but universally, I'm not even talking about Pamela Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if a human being makes a choice to be in a certain profession where they are doing something that is out, especially in the open market arena,
right.
It is fair for people to comment on you. You have to know that you're going into it. Like
on your anatomy, on your boobs.
I mean, listen, the little bit that I've done, I've had people comment on how I look, and I knew I was gonna get those comments, and I think that is part of, even like my daughters last night commented on a video that I put up, and they were like, it was so cringy and it was gross, and you should take it down.
Wait,
and
why?
Like, because they're teenagers and they're judgmental sometimes, and people comment, and probably one of their friends said something to them. But you know what? Like,
what was cringy?
But it
doesn't matter. The point is, like, it's the larger point is, I knew when I got into this that there were going to be moments like that, and I talked to my daughters about it, and we had the discussion. There are going to be things that may come up, and you need to know that it's a choice I'm making, and this is how you handle it with your friends, and I'm not going to let it bother me. Right now, I will say that there is a way to be tactful about it.
Okay.
And so if Matt Lauer, approached, and I didn't see this, but if he approached it and he was like, so tell me about your boobs, and that's not appropriate.
It's not appropriate.
That is not appropriate. There is a tactful way to talk to people and to get information out of them.
For sure.
And to interview them, right?
Absolutely.
And I do think that sometimes people from their position as well lose that tactfulness. And I think that maybe he may have had this air of I'm better than you, and that's also not okay, because who is he to say that he's better than Pamela Anderson, right? Like, he's interviewing her.
Right.
Oh, there's something going on.
It's a live show. You never know what goes on here.
I agree with all that.
I think that is the question fair? The question about her body is fair. The way that it is presented could have probably been handled very differently.
100%.
It was more about the boobs. It was more about, like, it wasn't just about her body. It was just like her boobs. It was just like this constant obsession.
She's known for her boobs.
That's true.
She is.
It's like, what do you know Pamela for?
Yeah, I mean,
being on Baywatch, being a very attractive blonde.
I mean,
based on the documentary. Listen, I'm a very big believer in, like, I don't know. I'm just really heated by this because I never look at somebody. I never make an assumption based on the way somebody looks, and that's just the way I was raised. That's just the way I was raised.
I just don't think you can apply what you just said to Pamela Anderson.
I don't think that you're making an assumption about. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you, but I don't think you're making an assumption about her. He was commenting on a body image or on her body, which is what she's known for. If he had said to her, something to the effect of like, if he had made a comment saying like, wow, you're actually like so much smarter than I thought, that to me would be incredibly rude and obnoxious.
Totally.
He thinks she's stupid because she's blonde or has a bad body or is chosen to be on Baywatch.
Right.
Like, to me, that's obnoxious and that's judgmental and that's not okay.
For sure.
But like, to state something that isn't obvious, right? Like, it is
the elephant in the room.
It is the obvious, again, a way to do it. There is a way to do it that is appropriate. And especially now we are much more aware of how to and not to speak to people. Right. But like, we've seen this even in our society with racism and social causes and like the way that we, like, if we can't talk to people about their story, if we are scared to talk to them about what they've been through, then what are we doing?
Right.
Like this is the industry that you guys have chosen to be in.
Right.
This is the industry that Matt Lauer has chosen to be in. This is the industry that Pamela Anderson has chosen to be in. If you cannot ask those questions, you shouldn't be in it.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not just, I hear what you're saying. Again, for me, it was just the constant obsession of the boobs.
Did he just keep going back to it over and over and over?
You have to watch the
and I'm
interview
saying,
section.
like, and that I understand,
that just
like
drove
that.
me insane.
Yeah.
It like brought, and I
And
don't
I
mean
can
to
appreciate
overspeak
that.
over you.
Yeah.
I think it just.
But I
know
think
what you're
then
saying.
you guys are getting caught up in the minutia as opposed to like the bigger issue here, right? Like maybe the way Matt Lauer handled that interview was like 100% not okay, and I'm betting it was 100% not okay. But that doesn't mean like if Pamela Anderson, if I got to interview Pamela Anderson, you can bet 100% I would be asking her about, now I wouldn't say about specifically about her boobs. No, I would say like, I would have a question that would be something like, tell me how like your body has affected your career.
That's a great
you know, like how
question.
have you used your body to direct your career,
That's
right?
a great question.
So, but that's what I'm saying, tact.
Yeah.
But we're
right?
also asking for political correctness 30 years later.
Right.
This is 30 years ago.
Right. And that's my point.
And Pamela was well aware of this also.
Yeah.
It's not like she just got thrown into this like on the time machine.
And at the time, she had only really done
Right.
Baywatch and Playboy.
Those are the only two things.
Right.
What I do highly suggest, I know you don't want to watch it, you haven't seen it.
I will
is
watch
to
it,
Please watch it
Give it a gander.
because it is also about, yes, you make the decision to do what you do. However, when somebody is talking to you and you do not appreciate the way you're talking to you and you speak up and you say, I am not, can we talk about something else?
Did she
Respect
say
it.
that?
Yes,
She said that?
multiple times.
Yeah.
That's why
So
I
then
think
he
it's so
should have stopped.
heated. It's
Yeah.
like,
She said, can we talk about something else?
yes, she was like,
Yeah.
can we talk about
Okay.
something else? Can we talk about something else?
And that's
Let's
fair, and
let's talk
he
about
should have
something
moved
else.
on.
And he didn't talk about something else.
It was man after man interviewing her, and it was the same question.
It was like a montage
and it was
they
a
were
montage,
showing.
And she
Okay.
was like, "Can we please talk about something else?" And let's please talk about something else right now because this is a feel-good show. But I'm happy that we have the opportunity to have the space to talk, to debate, and to come together and talk about fun things. Tell us what you have been up to. I believe this is the Fairmont Hotel, right?
That is the Fairmont Century Plaza Hotel.
Amazing.
Right in the middle of Los Angeles. It's a beautiful, historic hotel that has just gone through a massive transformation. Lumiere is their restaurant in the lobby. Off of the lobby, they also have a gorgeous bar right in the middle of the lobby where they have live music nightly. I happen to have a lot of my work business meetings there. I've gone there for happy hour. I've gone on a few dates there. It's really a beautiful hotel. They have a spa that is gorgeous. It is like a sanctuary, a hidden sanctuary in the middle of the city. They have been so thoughtful about how they have created the entire hotel down to the details of the artists and the tiles that they brought in. And when we were given a tour, they have brought in statues and fountains from France and back they have a bar that is from Europe that is over 100 years old. The host stand going into Lumiere restaurant is also an antique that was brought in from Europe. I mean, they've been so thoughtful in how they have curated the best just everything about the hotel, whether it's the furniture or the art or the spas. You can see the spa is so exquisite. I've just broken through and just started trying some of the treatments there, and I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to spend a day there with some girlfriends, and we're going to try out different treatments. Yeah, I'm really excited because it's like this. Like I said, it's this incredible sanctuary in the middle of the city. And one of the coolest things about the spa is they have brought in biohacking, which is really creating technology, bringing technology into the space of serenity and figuring out how to use technology to help our bodies kind of take our health to the next level. It's awesome. And so, like, for example, I was able to use these lymphatic drainage boots by Normatec, and they like massaged my legs. They literally, like, I put them on, they went all the way up to here.
Wow.
Because I'm probably so short. Like, on someone, they wouldn't go quite that high up. I'm 5'2".
Okay.
So they went like all the way up on me. But they were so cool. You lay in them for like 20 minutes and they like drain, it's drainage.
That sounds
And
awesome.
it was
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
felt so great. That's their pool. deck, and this is actually showing. I was really fortunate that I'm there. We were at an event. With Kira from Cacti Wellness, and it was through the Fairmont Spa. The Fairmont Spa, they have this program where they do these pop-up beauty and health and wellness pop-ups, and they bring in people from around the country to do really different and exciting, fun experiences. It's all about experiences. And so Kira is from New York, and she has a company called Cacti Wellness, and it focuses on bringing mindfulness and meaning into working out.
Nice.
And so here she led us through, oh, there I am. Here she led us through an hour-long flow yoga Pilates session. And it was really great. We used the Bala weights, and we were on an aloe yoga mat. And you can see me holding those weights. And then she gave us this journal, which I have here. Everyone got one of these. It's called a productivity planner. And she talked about mindfulness.
The boots.
Those are the boots.
That's so cool.
And this is the journal. It's called the Productivity Planner. It's by the same company that did the 5-minute journal. Their name of the company is Intelligent Change, and it's really cool. It's a journal that has prompts. And so what she did is, after we did the yoga Pilates session, in the beginning she set us up. We did an intention, right? We set an intention for the day, and then at the end she took us through a whole visualization and mindfulness, and then she said, I want you to think about where you see yourself in 1 year from now. And she had us write it down, and she said, pick a word and talk about what that means to you and what that means in a year. So my word was clarity. I'm not gonna read everything that I wrote, but look, you can see my entry.
Beautiful handwriting.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, and it was great. And this is Kira's company, Kira Jones from Cacti Wellness, and it was great. It was just such a fun event, and we got to hang out. There were a bunch of women. I got theirs. Those are the lymphatic drainage.
Very cool.
Yeah, the Normatec boots, and then I got to interview a lot of the influencers that were there, and it was really like such a beautiful morning to spend with a group of really empowered women and influential and inspirational women, and come together, and it was great. And the hotel is beautiful.
Is this a weekly thing?
No, so that was so these are like pop-up experiences, right?
Okay.
So kind of like when we did the on Saturday, we went to Wexler's Deli, and they were having a pop-up with Original Sunshine, the gluten-free bagels. So this was also a pop-up experience where they brought Kira out from New York, and she did this